Hey everybody, welcome back to the Booshakalaka podcast. I'm your host Tiffany, joined my co-host Pierre.
Hey guys, I'm here. I'm queer. Get used to it.
Wonderful. I think I knew before you did. But yeah, we're here for Deep Blue Sea, a tale about three queer sharks trying to survive.
What the hell? You cannot start the episode like that.
Hey, I'm gonna eat y'all. I'm gonna eat that hairy leg. I'm gonna eat that one too. Hope I can see right up them shorts.
Finish. I'm sorry. Finish your
Trying
synopsis.
to survive Aquatica. The synopsis is searching for a cure for Alzheimer's disease. A group of scientists on an isolated research facility become the prey as a trio of intelligent queer sharks fight back.
Why are they queer?
Because they're smart.
We start this movie off getting hot and heavy. You know, nice solid R rating on our way to NC-17.
Well, 2 years ago, we started off hot and heavy. Nice solid R rating on our way to an NC-17.
And we get eaten by
what?
sharks.
It was like PG headed to PG-13. Don't even.
And then we get eaten by sharks on a boat.
Did you watch this movie?
I'm gonna just never before. I'm gonna just
Who got ate by a shark?
What do you mean?
So the people were on the boat and they were jamming to early 2000s, late 90s R&B, and the shark bust through the boat, and everybody
from the
fell
bottom
into
of
the
the
water
boat,
for no
boat.
reason. And then Thomas Jane comes up, Kata comes up and shoots the shark. It didn't eat anybody. It didn't kill anybody.
Oh well, it looked like it did. But I would have assumed that it ate somebody. Well, because when she goes to see who I didn't know was in this movie, Samuel L. Jackson, I thought that was the point, that he was going because the shark had got out and he had killed somebody. Because if it just got out, what's the big deal? I mean, sharks attack people all the time.
Well, it was a special shark that they spent a lot of money on, as we will see as the movie progresses. But I mean, so that's why they send him, his character's name, Samuel L. Jackson's character's name in this movie is Russell.
I'm glad you
Russell
know,
Franklin.
I did not know his name.
And they send him to Aquatica to investigate because these sharks are under what's the word? Observation.
Observation. Mm-hmm. Okay.
They are under observation.
Black man, go check on the
sharks. They're not supposed to get out. They're not supposed to get out. Black man, don't go in there. It's dinosaurs.
Hey, black man, turn on the generator. There's dinosaurs out there.
So he goes down there. Too much to his chagrin, I feel like. I don't know. He's a smart ass. But they make him seem like we're not supposed to like him. Like when he gets there, nobody there likes him. Which maybe I wasn't catching the signs, because I'm like, well, if he's funding, why y'all not like him?
I don't know. And I will say he looked the fuck good in this movie.
Didn't he look like young? I know
he
it's like
looked the fuck.
It's an oxymoron because people are, he's like one of those people like Morgan Freeman, like, have you ever looked young? But he looked young.
He looked good. Like he looked attractive. I mean, I don't think he's an ugly man now, but he looked really attractive. Like if he swiped right on me, I would swipe right on him. How he looked in this movie. Let's keep it real. Come on, Samuel Jackson.
Let's not hope that he's swiping, but
no, he's happily married man. No,
he gets there and everybody's being shady to him. Now most of the crew is leaving because it's the weekend, right?
Baby. This is that boat we always talk about. That boat that leaves and they don't come back till morning.
Yeah. Because how long does this movie take place? Because they came back. Okay, but anyway.
No, it was a weekend. It was a weekend.
Oh, okay. It didn't.
It wasn't like that long. Well, I feel like you have confused yourself because every time you say something, I'm like, but there's an answer in the movie about it. So I don't know if it just went over your head or you just missed it or something, because there's a reason why the people show up at the end.
Oh, okay.
Are you okay, Puddin' Pop?
Anywho.
Are you jet lag?
Yes.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday.
So we get there.
Susan is the doctor.
Go ahead.
Susan and Jim. They're the doctors and they're conducting research on mako sharks to help reactivate human brain cells in Alzheimer's patients. Because when you get Alzheimer's, your brain cells deplete. And that's how you.
And she has a personal tie to it So she's like one of those, I don't want to say a mad scientist, but like she's hyper focused. So that's why she'll do whatever it takes.
Yes, she has got to do this because we're not playing. But they get everybody into the lab and it's time. Let's conduct a research. Oh shit, the synapses are firing. It's working, basically. So all of their research and all of their studies, all of their studies have paid off. So everybody's excited. Samuel Jackson's like, okay, now y'all can get that money because I was gonna put it back in my back pocket, but y'all can get it now. Is it Jim? Wait, I cannot remember his name.
Jim is because Jim is a Skarsgård. Guy? Yeah, the Skars. Yeah.
Okay, Skarsgård. Okay, so Jim walk off. He's like, "We did it, Joe.
We did it, Joe."
It lights up a cigarette in an underground. No, but you better start dipping. We're not smoking in this place. Like, ill on all accords, actually. But I mean, I would rather you dip instead of smoking in here. What are we doing? Actually, never mind. Just good at celebratory vodka shot. Something.
Yeah, because like, dipping is
put caca boo boo. Oh, I hate it. But he goes over there to start smoking, and the shark said, "Oh, you took something from me? I'm about to take something from you." How? That's
like it was.
Baby shark.
Okay, so this is when I start getting annoyed. These were the most hesitating ass people I've ever seen. For them to be genius level, which not everybody's like, but most of these people have college degrees. You know, I mean, like most of them are up there.
Smarts and street smarts are completely different things.
That's a
you
damn
have to have that
shame.
discernment, and they didn't have that discernment, baby. It is. I have I don't want to give my friends information, but I have 2 really good friends. They are very, very smart. But I think to myself, how the fuck did they get by in life? The air is in the head.
So, and mind you, he's dating old girl because he kissed her. So no judgment.
Everybody, I mean, why not? Y'all underground bunker. You might as well date somebody, baby. What the hell? You can't swipe on nobody in there. I mean, it's 1988. I gotta stop using swipe like it's 2025. Sorry about that, guys.
So she screams. You know, everybody see him like he hobbling over. Like at least he didn't fall in. I'll give him that. While the shark is over here chewing on his arm, and they sedate him, and they're like, you know, the lady in the watchtower. I'm calling it a watchtower. I don't care what you say.
Let's go back. Let's go back one quick time because we have to start marking off of all the times we wanted Susan to die.
Oh my God.
So they bit his arm off, and I keep calling Thomas Jane Carter, who is the shark wrangler. He picks up the harpoon. He's like, "Oh, we're about to take this shark out of here."
He cracks the window.
Susan's like, no, my research, and she lets the shark go.
Oh, this is like Jurassic Park. Don't.
Right, they're always gonna do something that they think is for the betterment of people, and guess what? You're gonna end up dying in the end.
It's gonna come through the glass.
Even though Susan could have prevented her death, but let's just move on. So she lets the shark go, and like you were saying, they're providing first aid to Jim, trying to get him together because he ain't got no arm.
Okay, stop.
And then you said they call it the watchtower. I mean, I guess it's a watchtower. The tower, it is a tower. It is a watchtower.
She's like, basically, you know, Mayday, we need airlifts because they need to get him to an actual hospital because you know this is the secluded underwater facility.
It's off the coast of Cabo. I don't know where it was. They showed it on the map, and I tried to figure it out, but I just let it go.
Now, I wasn't sure because this is a movie. Of course, it's raining. Of course, it's raining and storming. Like the gods are pissed. The Odyssey.
Like they could forecast weather back in 1998. I feel like this would have been pushed to the next day. Maybe let the storm subside.
Yeah, because as long as we want to conduct hemorrhaging. It should.
We want to conduct this during Hurricane Katrina. I'm just talking about the whole ordeal. Ordeal. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You could have waited till the next day and let that finish. Those sharks weren't going anywhere.
Thank you. They're in the facility. So here come the helicopter on pins and needles. And they do manage to like hook him up, but it's like they hook him up and they're like, all right, y'all take him. And then they run inside because they about to be knocked into the water themselves because it's like storming. Mm-hmm. And mind you, he's still hanging, literally like bait.
Girl, he turned into his own helicopter because he just propeller.
Because it just doesn't. I don't. The whole thing didn't seem safe to me because it's like he's just hanging in the rain, he getting drenched. They trying to pull him up. Of course, the pulley thing, the little crane thing, it breaks. I'm like, what is this, Jurassic Park? Like,
I feel like there could have been a way to cauterize his arm. I don't know. I know, like they say that you could put fingers back on. You can attach fingers. I don't know if they can attach whole arms.
Well, they didn't have the arm. That's the point.
Oh yeah, the shark ate it. Why didn't they try to cauterize it?
Maybe because, again, these are scientists. I'm gonna.
Well, she did say I'm not a doctor like this. She not an MD. She a PhD.
Okay. Fuck you.
That's right? That was right. I said that right. I said that right. Doogie Howser, medical doctor.
It's your wordplay. But so as he spit, the crane breaks, and then he flies right directly into the water. So at this point, y'all hate this man. Y'all hate this actor. That was the most. It's like in that
he's strapped to a gurney, and then they fling his ass in the water, and he only got one arm, and he's strapped down. He was going to either drown. Baby, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. And guess what?
He don't get time to drown because the shark grabs his ass. But I don't think it didn't necessarily grab him. It grabbed the plane as well because remember, it's still hooked. So it pulls the plane down, and it's a helicopter, mind you. So all up in the building, like it's blowing up. I was like, did Michael Bay direct this movie? Like,
they killed Brenda. Brenda dead. Brenda, who was the watchtower, she dead.
I'm so sorry, Brenda. She had no chance. But it was just like kaboom, but like the explosions were amazing. Because this was a 90s movie, right? Because I'm like, it was given, now the CGI, to be fair, the CGI, it was dark. I just think they moved the sharks too quickly. If they moved the sharks more slowly, it would look better. But the boom, boom, boom was amazing. Like multiple explosions. Everything's dropping. Now they're underground, underwater. So they're kind of okay. Until they're not. Now they're freaking out.
Underground, underwater. Okay.
So they're in the sub basement looking at the water like they're in Wakanda. And they're fine for now. They're just, devastated because, so this is when we get the reveal. Because the sharks start ramming shit. And they're like, wait a minute. How do they know how to ram? Like, they're that powerful, they know. And then this when Susan, here she go. Well, so I forgot to tell you something before you came down here. What? So, I sort of made them smarter because I needed their brains to be bigger to contain the protein. And nobody reaches back and cocks back. Like, sometimes you got to just punch somebody in the face.
Yo.
Sometimes you have to just, man, woman.
I'm about to bring it up as I do every. It's going to be ingrained in our listeners' mind. It's going to be ingrained in your mind. But if I didn't punch her in the face when she turned around, I would kick me.
Tiffany's finishing move. There needs to be a game. When we get popular enough, there's going to be a Booshakalaka podcast game. And we're going to be inserted into these fighting games. And Tiffany going to do this move. When she turn you around and she in the back of the knee.
In the back of the knee.
Done. You're done. You're dead. You're cremated. It's over.
You knew it was coming.
At first I was like, she's definitely not going to say this. Because I thought she was going to say, where'd you hide it, Dan? But no.
I got to.
So Tiffany backs her in the knee and she recovers though. And everybody like,
but again. Why did we have to do this during Hurricane Katrina?
Yes.
She could have done it in a different setting.
Mm-hmm. Even though you shouldn't have done that in the beginning. You told me you made 3 sharks smarter than any other animal on the planet. Okay, so the sharks are like, oh, she's talking about us, so let's go show them what we're made of. So
they said fish are food.
So they are still dragging poor Jim, and they I don't know how he's still alive at this point, but they're pulling him.
He did have the oxygen tank. The oxygen tank was still on him.
Yeah, but
so he just
I guess that's how he's
okay. To see his own death.
I'm about to do it. They have him like this, and then they sling him towards the window.
Ew, and why did your teeth? Wait, you remember that SpongeBob episode when they told Squidward to try a Krabby Patty and then he bit into it? It was just like the skin of his teeth. Why did your teeth just look like that?
So the sharks sling him into the window. Now,
no, the sharks were like, "Fuck you and your mama too." So we got you on the gurney. We put you in the water on the gurney, and then we flung your ass into a damn glass, and it broke. Like at this point, it cut his neck off because there was no way that he would have survived that. Like,
but he did, and he just looking at them, and they looking at him. Now, this is when I talk about them being hesitating assholes yet again. They just standing there as the glass breaks, like cracks in the glass are forming. Me and Tiffany would have been out of there. We would have really been at home.
It's water. It is tons of water. It's not like you were just on the outside and a bird ran into the window and then like nothing was gonna happen. Yeah, you're underground.
It's slowly cracking. So they have, I didn't count, you usually count, but they had at least about 3 minutes before it broke.
Minutes.
And Samuel
it was an ample
L. Jackson,
amount of time.
I'm sorry, Russell is like, all right, y'all, we gotta go. We gotta move. And he just standing there too, though, so he don't get no credit from me either. But they're just standing there watching it crack. And then when the water come in, then they want to run. Then they want to run. They want to move.
But while all that's happening, we see Preacher in the kitchen.
Oh God, Preacher.
Played by LL Cool J. He is in there talking to his bird. His whole 85% of his dialogue is between himself or bird. A bird called Bird.
Or God.
Or God, yes. Okay, those are the three, the divine three in this movie, pretty much. But water is flooding in his kitchen, and he's like, you know, how the hell am I gonna get the hell out of here? And here comes the shark. The shark is in there now. Like, the sharks in this movie, at first, I thought that they were in their own way. I'm like, why are you trying to kill these people? Why don't you just escape? But they do tell us a little later in the movie why. Yeah. But he's going around town in this big ass industrial sized kitchen on Aquatica. Like, it was the biggest kitchen I've seen. It looked like a fucking restaurant's kitchen. They're swimming around playing footsie back and forth. He climbing in through ovens and shit, turning the ovens on. The shark eat the bird, and somehow the shark gets trapped in the oven. It's like a double side. I was so confused. I didn't know ovens came apart like that.
So what I saw him escape into the oven after they ate the bird, and then he fell backwards because this is Ace Ventura. And he got into the oven, but they turned the oven on. So they turned the gas on.
Oh, the sharks turned the oven on. They are this smart.
But you're gonna have to explain this part to me. But he has an axe, and he manages to open up the top of the oven with the axe. How?
So yes,
are they that durable? Are they that
ovens? Yeah, I don't know. But yes, you're right. I did forget about the part. He axes the bottom oven to get into the top oven, and then the shark gets stuck in that oven, and then he jumps out of the top oven, and he says, "You ate my bird." And somehow he has a match that still works, and he flicks it, and he throws in the shark. Kablam! Blows up.
He has Tiffany's lighter. But
Barbie, eat your heart out.
Ooh, you almost really sounded just like her. Chill out.
Barbie, eat your heart out.
Don't do that again.
So now we're down. Now we only got 2 sharks left, baby.
Right.
2 sharks. We see that we back with the other gang, and they're like, "What was that noise?" Oh shoot, it happened inside. The vibrations were loud enough. I'm like, "Rich, how the fuck would you know?"
And that was such pointless dialogue.
I don't know what it was, but Russell is like, "Look, we got to go get to the submersible." God, every time I hear submersible, I think about that fucking Titanic thing that happened last year.
God, I was going to say a suppository.
No, they said that they got to get to that. They get to it, and baby, you can't use it. It's broke. It's done. And so then we get Russell. So he has this whole story about how he and 7 other people were stuck in an avalanche years and years ago, and only 5 of them survived. He has never told the story about what happened, but he kind of alludes to it to the people that we ate them motherfuckers because we was about to die. We ate them in that fucking avalanche, and they were delicious. Taste just like chicken. The other red meat, or the other white meat, or the other brown meat. Shall I keep going?
It'd be red meat though, right? Right? Yeah.
How do you know?
I have my ways. So
you ate it with a nice bottle of Chianti and some fava beans.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
So as he's being cryptic as hell, that part I was like, nah, bro, you doing a little too much right now. He's like, all right, we got a plan because the racist, I don't even want to say his name. He wants to open up the other door to get to the stairs, but the problem is this pressure is gonna make all the water come up and the whole thing is gonna like collapse, like the whole sub basement, the whole thing is gonna collapse on itself. So, but Samuel L. Jackson is like, we need to fill up the pool. Snap!
No, he says, so we're not going to fight anymore. We're going to pull together.
Snap!
And we're going to find a way to get out of here. First, we're going to seal off this pool.
Snap!
Did you holler?
Almost cut the movie off. Because at this point, these sharks are mermen. Because it got all the way. It got all the way. Like, it didn't even jump. It wasn't like with
the shark jumped like Free Willy.
Yes. It wasn't like with Jim. Jim was stupid because you too close. He was very clearly not close to it. But, oh boy, did tell him not to get too close. But he wasn't that close to where the shark could have.
He really wasn't.
Like, that shark would have, if it would have managed to jump out and eat him, it would have been flopping. It wouldn't have just been able to jump right back in the water. But they hate him because they share his ass. One eat the bottom half, one eat the top half. I said, get the hell out of here.
Magically delicious.
So,
but yes, they do get out. They destabilize the pool. They get out. They climb, and then explosive tremors happen while they're climbing this ladder to.
It's like the elevator
heaven?
is on fire. And it's like dropping ash on them, and they're like,
they're climbing. So I hate movies where people are climbing a ladder
slow.
And they're going so
and
slow.
they keep
I
looking
understand
back.
you want to be safe. What are we doing? Journey Smollett taught us well in what's that show called? Lovecraft County. She said,
"Get y'all ass up and get the fuck out of here now." That's what she said.
No, I'm talking about when she was running in the woods. Did she turn around one time?
Oh no,
she hit it.
Hell
like,
with y'all. To hell with y'all.
Just go, baby. Just go.
Wait! Where's Uncle George? In here!
But they don't go, and with all that rubbernecking they were doing, old girl, what was her name? Janice flips into the water. Bye, Janice.
Like at this, like the moment she fell in, I was like, "There's no point," because the shark is already in there. Oh boy, I hate that I don't know his name because he's our guy, but Carter is going to open up the door from I think sublevel 2. Just because he's like that water will come in and it'll like divert the sharks and something scientific.
Maybe I don't know. They use a lot of words. They use a lot of words, and I don't ask.
He has a lot of street smarts, and I don't understand how buildings work when water is in them. But I know that he opens up the door and it happens. But by the time the ladder falls back, so like everybody's like on the ladder hanging, and she fall back, and he is a man. He grabs, he gets his legs to tighten up against one of the stairs, and then he like leaps backwards. He's like, grab me. She can't grab him. At this point, go God, just say a prayer and go, because there's nothing that they can do
in the water. There isn't. It's just just hope it don't hurt too bad.
Yeah, but it does because he get her right in between the legs and Krabby Patty
up the pooper.
So, but who saves the day? A black man.
Preacher.
He praying to God this entire time. He asking for forgiveness and all this kind of stuff. He doing so he opens up the door and it just happens to be right above them, and he pulls them out with like he going like when a little girl sneaks out of the house. What a tourniquet? I don't know. But when you tie all the sheets together, I don't know where he got the sheets from. I don't know how he got everybody up there, but they do get up there. So he tells them that
a tourniquet.
He tells them that the stairs are flooded on the
You
other
might
side.
be one of those friends I was talking about earlier in the podcast.
He tells them that the stairs on the other side are flooded. So now the new plan is, I don't understand it. You're gonna have to tell me what, because I know he's like they have
to go to the flooded part of the laboratory to activate a control panel that will drain the stairway to the surface. But Susan says, y'all do that. I gotta go get my research.
And they go do that. And so which one do you want to talk about first? What's going on?
Do Carter and them.
Okay, so Carter and them go down there. It's him and Racist. We won't acknowledge him. And he goes down there with him, and they go into water. Now they do find the body of Jim. Why we had to see Jim dead? We already knew this was your fate. But he come up and he screamed for 30 minutes. I'm like, sir, we have shit.
He screamed in the water and when he got
out when he got for a while.
Like,
but I'm like, dude, you knew he was dead. Like, why are you freaking out? Like, it's not like he saw one of the random dead bodies, like the helicopter people or Brenda.
No, it's not like he saw the shark. That's the only thing we need to be screaming about. You done seen 4 people die in front of you. We only screaming for sharks. We only screaming for sharks.
Those are the rules. So he freak out. Then they go back down there. Now they do manage to well, the racist does. He managed to get it to where it's like crank that Soldier Boy. Now, why y'all get it cranked, but you don't do anything else? They stand there giving each other thumbs up. Ain't no thumbs up, thumbs down, because here comes the shark, and the shark come and snatch his ass up, and I was so glad to watch him die. His leg wiggling.
I mean, the shark anacondaed him. Like, this is him. The shark said, "Ooh." The whole body just, he said one bite. He said, I'm not sharing this one.
Except for the leg. The leg was hanging off like it's death proof. And so what does Carter do? He goes up, he gets a little bit of air, and then he goes and he has to open up the door. And he manages to get it open. The shark is coming at him, but the shark does not kill him. It swerves. And that's when we're like, that's your first clue. Gotta find another paw print. That's the second clue. You put it in your notebook because the Who's Clues, Blues Clues.
Who wants a Blues Clues?
Now here goes Susan. Now, Susan walks up. Now, she has water where it's like just waist level. So she's walking in and she goes in and slowly. And then she locks the door behind her. And that's when I lost all respect for her. Because, like, what are you doing? I thought she was doing something shady. Because it's like, why are you locking the door?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because the shark, you know they can bust through. What is a locked door going to do? But she goes to her locker and she finds some
test tubes.
Are they test tubes? They were in like,
I don't know.
I thought they were silicone implants. I don't know, because they were in little baggies. And I was like, what are these?
Drugs, whatever. Oh, it's her research. She gets her research.
Yeah, she kept in her locker. Okay. So the minute
here comes shark number 2.
Well, or shark number 3, because it's like a dead body of a shark. I guess it was the one that exploded, but how did it get in there? Like, I didn't understand that part.
Because it was like, a lot of pressure. Things were just floating, baby. You seen river rafting, they just go.
So yeah, she sees that dead body, and then we see shark number 2. And shark number 2 is after that ass. But it's like she wanted to die. She tumbling over stuff. She not trying to get to high ground. She's like, oh, woo, 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 woo. So she manages to get next to the power breaker. But she drops her research and she's trying to get it, but the shark is coming after her. And she's like, you know what? F this. It's time for the boys to get what they came for. Let me get naked. So she gets into her bathing suit. I
always find these. This is so stupid. This is going to be so stupid. But I always find it so funny in movies when women get undressed and not in like sexy time moments. Like, I didn't plan for the guy to come over and we were going to da-da-da-da. The bra and panties always match.
Is that not a thing?
So, no, not for me.
I thought that was the whole point of Victoria's Secret. Like, if they come in and...
If I'm at work in an underground bunker, get out of here.
But if they come in a pair, how do y'all not have...
Baby, they don't come in a fucking pair. What are you talking about? They're always separates.
Oh, that's like a raw deal.
Literally, for your raw ass. But let's move on. Yes, she gets the power circuit breaker and she's like, I got an idea. She takes off her wetsuit and stands on top of it. So I guess you're standing on rubber. You don't get shocked. Maybe. Okay. She breaks the power grid off and it still has power. I don't know how this works. I don't know.
Well, everything else, they lost power to everything else. So
I'm not an electrician. Okay. And then she throws the power cord into the shark's mouth and he did. That's 2. We got 1 left, baby. Let's do this. They get back over to all three of them get back to everyone. And we see, right before that, we see Preacher doing a video recording to his family. And he's like, this is my last testament. And what better way than to do my send-off with teaching you how to make a proper omelet.
That was cute.
3 eggs, not
that
2.
Was a cute
Everybody
moment.
does.
That was a
you
very
like
cute
that?
moment.
Oh,
I thought that was cute because he started off by saying, he hadn't been the best father, the best husband, but let me make an omelet. I thought that was cute. I don't know. LL Cool J had something in the 90s. I don't know what it is, but his smile.
He had a clause that he couldn't die.
He had very good charisma. Like his smile.
I mean, he still does. He still does. I still like LL Cool J. So they get all together and they go to the decompression chamber and they have a brilliant idea to use oxygen tanks to divert the sharks. So hopefully the sharks will go to. Oh yeah, were they? No, they were oxygen tanks.
Well, they're fire extinguishers because he was like, that's the whole point of them being colorful. Like sharks, like water movement, like shiny colors. I thought that was okay.
Oh well, one of the two oxygen fire extinguishers. So they throw those up and then they swim. They swim for like a minute or two. I would have been dead. I'd have been dead. I think the longest I could hold my breath is for 30 seconds. I would have been dead. And that's 30 seconds just.
Not 30 seconds. I'm not talking about 30 seconds. Go up 60 feet because they have to swim 60 feet up to the top.
And I would have been dead, but they get to the surface and everybody's like, "Whoa, we did it!" Oh, the shark said, "No, you didn't, bitch."
Because they waited. Why didn't they immediately start swimming? That really made me mad.
By the leg, maybe he was slinging him around like my dog do her chew toy. He was just he was playing with him because he could have ate that. He could have chopped that leg off. He could have chopped that leg off, but he didn't. Preacher reaches for his crucifix that he has around his neck and starts stabbing. I'm like, yes, this is what you're supposed to be doing. And he stabs the shark in the eye. And I think I think in every like monster horror movie or anything like that, like if you don't know how to kill this creature, at least blind him. Mm-hmm. That is like, get the eyes. If that helps, it might not help, but at least try to do it. Mm-hmm. But he gets that. And then this is when Carter has his Freddy died by fire, Jason by water. And he realizes that the sharks have been using them to flood the facility so that they can get to the surface and get through the fences and go wreak fucking havoc on
Which is why it didn't kill
Mexico.
Mexico? Which is why it didn't kill him, but they've been killing everybody else. I mean, don't you need, you only needed 3?
I don't know. How did you know that these were the smart 3? I don't know, but let's move on. And so to get the sharks from getting into the sea, Susan cuts her hand and dives into the water. And then she says, almost as bad as do your thing, cuz. She says, come to mama.
Well,
why did they make her say that?
I guess because she's like technically, she technically made them, so that's why. Or maybe it was just, it was big back in the 90s, come to mama. They said it in Casper,
I wanted to turn it off.
Come to mama. Come to mama.
Well, and this was honestly the best hope for her morally, because this is your fucking fault. So, and we wanted you to die since the beginning of the movie because you've been on that bullshit. So, the fact that the shark came, I didn't think it was going to kill her because I thought Carter, because my thing is, Carter was trying to shoot it with a harpoon, but you didn't tell Carter what you were about to do. So, he had to run all the way across before he even saw what was happening. So, that was just a terrible plan. Again, you're supposed to be smart. You're a fucking doctor. And you sitting up here and you banking up a plan, but not telling anybody what the plan is. Because if you would have jumped in the water, I'd have been like, oh, well, Tiffany, you want to go and die. Like, let me know, hey, harpoon him, because I'm about to jump in. But whatever. So the shark comes, snatch her ass up, eat her to bits. And then Carter jumps he puts the harpoon down and jumps into the water after her. I guess they had I guess they were trying to make a romance out of them, but I didn't feel that because, bitch, you threatened me the first 30 seconds of this film talking about you gonna tell that I'm a fucking ex-con or whatever. So you ain't got shit to, fuck you. Him jumping in, dropping the heart. Like, if anything, jump in the pool with the water with the harpoon. Like, he left it up there.
Right. It's still gonna work.
Yeah, and then your ass couldn't get back up. So now LL Cool J got to come save the white folk. So he come and he's like, but mind you, old boy knows how to swim with sharks, so he is on his fin, but it's still trying to get out of the cage. Like, it's still breaking the cage. And he's like, hey, preach, harpoon it, do it now. Now this is realistic. Because if you tell me to harpoon something, I'm gonna just.
I might end up harpooning myself.
I might do. I don't know. I might plie. I don't know. I might front hand, backhand. Don't just tell me some shit like that. I don't know how to work this gun.
Step out roundhouse.
He harpoons him in the leg.
There's so much thigh trauma. He said, "You know what? You getting your thigh fucked up too because they got my thigh."
Isn't there like an artery that if you hit it, you bleed out? Like what the?
Oda, don't just stand there. Throw me a spear.
It's more. I think that one's more in the inside of the thigh. That's the largest. The largest vein in the body, and if it bleeds out, you dead, baby.
Cause baby,
that was a good episode of Law and Order SVU, by the way.
I know that happened to someone I know in real life.
Oh,
yeah, like they stabbed somebody and they bled out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's why I said you can't be playing around like that. If you get into a fight with anybody, you got to be prepared for all.
It was self-defense. It was an abusive situation.
Understood. But I'm saying you still got to be prepared for all the repercussions.
Yeah. So, baby. But it's still he harpooned him, but he's still attached. Like the harpoon is still attached to the shark, so he did get the shark technically. And so he's like, just light up the battery. So they want him to spark the battery because it's gonna go through the harpoon and blow up the shark. Baby, the shark get through the gate. Preach managed to jumpstart the car. Great reaction. And
she always got to make an appearance. She was doing so well. And
kablam! Beautiful explosion. Beautiful bloody explosion. Carter survives. You know,
bring me back some sushi.
Now that's when I almost cut the movie off. There ain't even shark sushi, and don't threaten me with a good time.
Then moments later, they reunite, and it feels so good. And then we see a boat approaching the facility. And the reason why I said the boat was coming is because they did get that call out to the tower. But they said, we're not coming in this Hurricane Katrina. We will come in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they did. And then doom, 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 doom. Deepest, bluest, my head is like a shark's fin. Deepest, bluest, my head is like a shark's fin.
So glad rappers
Deepest,
don't make
bluest, my head is like a shark.
Jeez.
It's so many. It's like so memories because he has. I can't remember which song it was bad, but he says his hat is like a shark's fin in a song that he made in the 80s. So that's why it makes sense now. So. But yeah, that was Deep Blue Sea, y'all. I like this movie. People they piss me off in this movie. The special effects were still pretty decent for it to be 1998. Had a good story. You hated people. You liked people. Samuel L. Jackson looked the fuck good. Mm-hmm. So did Thomas Jane. Why not? Is that his name, Thomas Jane?
Who likes Thomas Jane?
Carter.
Oh, did he? Oh,
is that his name? Okay,
I don't know, but
yeah, good storyline. Everybody was dumb. I do hate that the Alzheimer's research was destroyed because that would have helped a lot of people. Mm-hmm. But again, she could have done this on a different day, or like the sharks. Why did they have to be housed in the ocean? The sharks could have put them over at SeaWorld. Like what?
Yeah, or like a small tank. Like you know what I mean? Like
in this big ass industrial warehouse.
Yeah, it just. A lot of bad decisions.
Yeah, definitely a lot of bad decisions. But I'm going to give it a 3. I liked it. I was still scrolling on my phone, but I still liked it. I would recommend this to anybody. And I wish I could have seen your face when Samuel L. Jackson got eaten. I wish I could have seen your face.
It's like the one that you sent me. That's what the picture, the screenshot. Oh. It's like that. I'll give it a 3 as well. It was good. This is my first time watching it, you guys. Like I've never seen it before. Every time I've mentioned it, like my brother was like, "Oh my god, it's so good, it's iconic," and so it was good. It was really good. The only thing that I did mention the CGI, but because CGI looks better when it's dark, and because they were underwater, so it didn't look bad. They made the sharks move very quickly in a very animated kind of way. If they had just chopped, it would have been better. Like it would have looked better. But that's just a CGI thing. But yeah, no, it didn't look terrible. Like it wasn't like Mortal Kombat Annihilation. So,
okay, yeah, much better coming from that, but would recommend. So, yeah, that was Deep Blue Sea. Come back with us next week. We're going to watch There's Someone Inside Your House, which is a Netflix release. Back to the teen horror. I will say this is one of those movies. I know you've seen it, but this one I did not guess the killer. And I surprised myself. And I don't know if it was because I think I was doing something at the same time. So it didn't have my undivided attention. So I think that's why, because when the person came out, I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
Well, y'all, this is going to be a great review because Tiffany always gets the killer.
It wasn't immediate for me. But again, like I said, I was not paying attention and I should have been. But yeah, so we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.
Where did you hide it, Dan? Please be sure to send us your requests at booshakalakapodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter X, Booshakalakapod. You can also find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Instagram at Booshakalakapodcast.